Hello everyone, today we are going to see odoo xml-rpc. Sometimes we need to use odoo data for external systems or some other uses. In that case, we will need to get data from odoo system to our external use. For that purpose, odoo provides xml-rpc methods by which we can run some scripts and get data from odoo. Let's see odoo documentation. Here we have external API where all the methods are listed. So basically I will be showing all these methods, how this works. So you can write the scripts in Python, Ruby, PHP, Java in this given format. You can also write in other languages too, but you will have to write on your own. So let's now we will be using Python as example and create a script. Okay, so I have already done the writing part, so it can be faster to demonstrate. Now let's see what is written here. Let's copy this part and talk about this. So to get access to odoo, we will be using xml-rpc client of Python 3, and these are the authentication rules, like URL, which URL the script will access to login, which database they will access, and which user will access. Okay, and there is a server proxy in common. We also need that because in order every method runs through UID, the UID used to authenticate the odoo processes to get the access of the user and some other things. So basically we need 1 2 3 4 5 6, these 6 parameters for logging in authentication. Okay, you can see this written here, the configuration part. In the demo part you can see the xml-rpc client is imported, and the same thing is done here. And as for UID, please read, we can read this line. The authentication itself is done through the authenticate function, which is this, and returns a user identifier UID, this, used in authenticated calls instead of logging. So like we will be doing read, write, search methods through xml-rpc, in that case we will need to authenticate that the system is being used by a valid user, not an hacker or some external parties. In that case we will need UID. UID will verify that the logging is safe or validated. Okay, now let's see what we can do with the xml-rpc to get data or exporting data from odoo system. So first, see this calling method. Okay, let's copy these 3 things at once. I'm just creating spaces so that we can see the things easily here, or we don't need this actually. Okay, let's run this script for the first time before we paste those. You see, we are accessing the odoo instance which is running here. Okay, and this is this actually. Then the database we are accessing is this database. The username is admin, password is for that user is also admin, and here, so this is the uid is 2, and we can see the versions which has been printed. Okay, let's remove this. We don't need to see, as we have seen this already. Now let's copy these three and paste them. So how we can call methods through xml-rpc? Okay, so first we will have to create a models parameter which we will use server proxy the models. You can see in common we use the common xml-rpc to common, or in case of models we need to access the objects of the database, so sorry, of the system. So we will write here object and name it as models. Now through models, to run the rpc functions, we will have to use execute kw. We can also see this here. Let's see. The second endpoint is xml-rpc to object, which is methods, is used to call methods of odoo models via the execute kw rpc function. Okay, so with execute kw we are saying that please call this rpc function. Now in this case we are just checking the access rights. It's not, we are not getting any data. We will see that if the user has access right of this model, the model is sale order. Okay, so if the user has access to sale order, then it will return true. If not, then it will return false. Okay, so let's run this. Comment out this for now. True. That means the user UID, this user has access to the sale order object. Okay, now let's list the records. So how can we list records? Again, we will run the execute kw to run xml functions. In this case, the function will be running a search. We'll run a search method in res.partner model. Okay, so let's remove this. This is actually a copy of this, but in my database I don't have any good data in the res.partner model, so we don't need it. Let's run it through here, from here. Okay, so in the sale order we will search for sale orders which has partner name test. Okay, the partner name means the customer name is test, and it will show the sale orders related to this customer. Okay, let's run it. Here are all the sale orders which are related to the customer test. Now there are lots of data. We want to count how many data we have, how many sale orders we have found. To know this, we can run this command. Here we are saying again it's same model to execute kw. In this case we are running search count function. Okay, it will be count. Previously we ran search, now we'll be running search count. So let's see, there are 32 sale orders of customer test. So we can actually test if this is true. To do this, let's go to the localhost server and see what we have there. Sales orders. Okay, so filter by customer test. So you can see there are 32 sale orders of test. Okay. We also get a 32. This was actually, let's say, a copied code from the website. I need it. Now let's see other methods. Now we can read, count, and read some specific ways. Let's say read and count. Here we are using print because we are just demonstrating data here. We can also export these results in text file or JSON file or anywhere in format you want with Python. It's up to you. We are just showing you how to get data. Okay, so we have seen how we can count records, and this blank prints are for to create spaces so that we can distinguish which results we are getting. Actually we can display it more beautifully. Let's try it. Okay, so in case of reading records we need IDs, which ID we want to read. So we will be searching. Okay, this is like basically the same command as this listing records. The difference is we don't want to read all 32 sale orders, we want to read only one. In this case we have written the limit parameter which limits the output into 1. Reduce into 1. So there's another thing I want to show you, the documentation which I have skipped in the script. There is pagination function, so when you get lots of data you can use this offset and limit parameters to limit your outputs. Like here we are getting many datas, but with limit we have limited our output of this command into 5. Okay, so I am using this limit in this script to get only one ID of sale order. So let's run. Please skip this for now. Okay, so the IDs I get is 32. Now I want to read this record, this ID. So here we have the read command. Again we are doing the same thing, model execute the sale order model read. So we are reading the 32 ID from the sale order model. So if we print this record we will get this, all the field values of the 32 now sale order. Okay, now let's verify this result. We can see if our result is correct. To know this, let's go to our sale order 32 Let's write, okay, let's see, we search for reference number. So here reference number is false, that means no data of the cell order 32 reference number. And you can see if this is actually cell order 32. Yes, this is cell order 32. Let's edit this reference number ref num. Okay, it is false. See, so we should get ref now if we save this. Save. Now let's run again. See, we get the ref now. Okay, this is how you get data from records, and there are lots of fields here. So if you want to count how many records are there, we can just write the Python function len and we get 83. There are 83 records. The ID. Some block. So this is how read reports from odoo. This is how you search. Now let's see what other things we can do. So now we want to read some specific field, not all the field. To do this, we run this block of code. Here we are saying, again we are using these IDs. We will be using these IDs when needed, so that we don't have to declare the IDs every time. Okay, so let's read some specific field. Again we are writing we are executing the RPC function through execute kw. We are reading data of these fields. Which fields? Date, order, display name, and amount on text. So odoo will bring out these values of these IDs cell order. Okay, let's run it. Okay, wait, we can. Let's run it. Display name cell order 32, amount on text is $10, and the order date is this. And odoo by default gives the ID, the RPC. Sorry. Now if we want to change something, let's change something. If we can we change? Edit product. Yes. Okay. Let's save. The order was 10. Let's see what happens now. Now it's 20. Okay, this is how we read some specific data when needed. Let's see what else we can do. So this basically is listing record fields and running search on it together. First let's run this one. Here what we are doing is we are not using the IDs. Okay, we are searching for cell orders of customer test. The execution will get us 5 results of customer test. Sorry, first cell orders of customer test with these 3 field of. Let's run it and we see 32, 31, 30, lastly 28 and 29. So now we are getting 5 sale orders of customer test with these 3 fields of data. If we remove the limit 5 and run this script, we'll get all 32 sale orders. Okay. And if you need to know the field types, string help type, you can also get that. Okay, it will give you string, help, and type of the field for every fields in the model, the sale order model. Thank you. I have tried to explain as easily as possible, not too technically. Hope this helps. Okay.